I'm here at the Elmon Richards Scioto River fishing access right here in Circleville. And here is the beautiful Scioto River right behind me. Two of my buddies will be here shortly to pick me up. I just arrived a few moments ago. We are heading back north up I-23 to back into Columbus, where the Lowhead Dam is on Greenlawn Avenue, I believe it is. That's where we're going to put in. We have 2 nights to float down the beautiful Scioto River, where we will be taking out here at the Elmon Richards fishing access. It has been so hot and muggy in Ohio this week. The sun has just been beaten down. All I can think about is getting on the water and enjoying a relaxing kayak float. I got 2 guys joining me today that have been wanting to go on the Scioto River for some time now, and it's finally going to happen today. They should be arriving here shortly. We'll throw my kayak in the back of their truck and hit the road for the half-hour drive north back to Columbus.
You got all the weight up there in the front.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta, well, we should get some extra bedding, maybe? Recommended by YouTuber Jason Wish, the Sawyer Squeeze.
Oh,
I
yeah.
upgraded from the Mini.
All right,
So,
the only way to go. Guaranteed not to plug or give you slow flow rate.
That's right. I'm ready to drink some of this river water.
Oh, yummy. We are here at the Greenlawn Avenue put-in, and this is the parking area right here. And right behind that car, there's a little trail or path down to the river. The only problem is it says no overnight parking all along here. It's just daylight hours. So what we did is we came down here to the fire station and we asked a nice fellow out front there if we could leave our truck here. And he said, yes, you can. We just had to give him a note with our license plate, name, and number, and he allowed us to park here for the next 2 nights. So thank goodness for that. And if you ever need to put in here for an overnight trip on the Scioto River, keep that in mind. Maybe the firehouse will be kind enough to let you park your vehicle here as well. It's a hot one. I would love to know the history of this bridge crossing here. Coming up on this bald eagle. We're almost directly underneath him. That is cool. See him there? Come on, focus in. There he goes. We finally shoved off on the Scioto River, and I have 2 friends with me today, as I was talking about earlier. Donnie Mack, you might remember him from the Kelly's Island trip. David Ty, Hollywood, who was also on the Kelly's Island trip. So we got the whole gang back, minus Pastor Jeff, and one other fella who was unable to make this trip today. Poor Colonel, he did not make it to the Scioto River with us. We put in at Greenlawn Avenue here in Columbus. We have a 30-mile float down to Circleville, Ohio. 2 nights on the river. We got a pretty late start today. It's already 8 o'clock, so we got about an hour yet to float on down, and then we got to find ourselves a campsite. I'm liking the way the banks are looking here on the Scioto. Not a lot of heavy growth or high banks. So I think we're going to be pretty fortunate in finding a decent campsite tonight. Guys, what do you think so far?
Oh, yeah, I think it looks good. River could run a little bit faster.
Yeah. We got some pretty slow water, probably 1 mile an hour, but that's all right. We expected that coming in. This isn't Nomad River. This isn't the Ausable River, but we're going to get there slowly but surely. Very comfortable. It's about 90 degrees out, so it feels great to be on the water. Get your water bottles out. There's the fresh water. I think we finally found our first natural feature on the Scioto River. It even smells natural.
Yeah, that's about as natural as Epstein's death.
Oh my gosh. That is horrible. I thought we had a waterfall, but this is just like sewer pipes. You guys looking forward to filtering this water? Fresh city of Columbus. The sun is getting low in the sky, and we are not even to I-270 yet, the outer belt of Columbus. We have about a half mile to go. The plan is to get under I-270, and then we have about another mile or two past that to a big island and right in the middle of the river. We're hoping there's some good tent sites and hammock sites. Hopefully hammock sites. I have both sleep systems, so it doesn't matter to me. Each one of us have tent and hammock, so whatever works out best is what we're gonna do. But I have a feeling it's gonna be coming in to 9:30 and getting dark by the time we get there. We just need some more flow. It is dead, slow water. We finally made it to I-270, the outer belt of Columbus. And the sun has went down. We're a little behind schedule. We got about one more mile to the island we're hoping to camp on and get away from this road noise. Woo! We're on our last moments of daylight. It's 9:20 and our island is just ahead, a couple hundred yards. It's not looking very conducive to camping now. All the banks are high, so we might be out of luck. We'll find out here in a minute. Camp recon number 1 was a fail. So, we were, Donnie and Colonel, geez, not Colonel. Donnie and David got out up here. We walked all up in this woods. It's getting really dark. There was nothing up there. I mean, not even suitable for a tent, but we want to hang our hammocks. We're gonna go on down just a little bit. There's a huge gravel spit right there. Hoping we can find something better right down there. All right, stop number 2. We are on the island. And it's not looking very promising right here. Doggone it, man. What are we gonna do, guys?
I don't think that's gonna work. Keep going.
No luck again. Back in the kayaks. River Reek. Oh, jeez. No luck again. Back in the kayaks. Now it's desperation time. What time is it? 10. We finally found a campsite. It is just about pitch black out. You can see a little bit of sunlight above the trees there. But we are on some kind of walking trail right up here on top of the hill. It's some Scioto Grove walking trail, I think it is. Hiking, running, walking trail. And we are gonna make this work. Everywhere we stopped to find a campsite, there just was no flat ground for tents or no good hanging trees. Even this spot is a little difficult to find enough places to hang our hammocks, but we're gonna make it work because it's 10 o'clock, we're hungry, we're tired, so we're gonna hang our hammocks, start a fire, and we got a little surprise dinner to cook on the fire tonight. All right, I know you can't see much because it is pitch black out, but I'm up here on this trail. You can see it's like a gravel, dirt hiking trail. I would love to hang my hammock right across the trail. That is the perfect distance to hang. But knowing my luck, I would have a runner out for his 5 o'clock run and plow right into me in the middle of the night. So, right here at the trail's edge, where the weeds are, I got 2 little trees. They're barely big enough to hang from. So, I think we're gonna make this work because it is too late to keep searching for a spot to hang. All right, I'm all set up. It was a little tight between these 2 trees, but I made it work. I had to really snug up the ends of the hammock really close to the tree in order to get that ridge line to tighten up and not droop down on my face. Just got the little Costco quilt on there tonight. Probably don't even need it because I think the low is in the low 70s. but I put it on there just to be on the safe side. Don't want cold butt syndrome tonight. Let's go down and check out the other two guys' setups. It's time to get a fire going. Hopefully we can find some firewood, maybe some driftwood. There's Donnie Mac in his bear butt. Is that what it's called?
Yep.
The bear butt hammock. Looking good. That is quite a span, but looks like he reached from tree to tree just fine. Let's see what David's got going on up here. What are you hanging in tonight? Dream hammock, Darian?
Sparrow.
Sparrow. This is the Dream Hammock Sparrow. This is what I almost got. So this is the Sparrow. How is this different than mine? I like how it zips all the way up.
Yeah, they cover up the ends there.
Cool.
It's a double layer too.
Oh, it's a double layer, so it's a little heavier. But you could slide a piece of Reflectix in there if you wanted to.
Switch this out with that other cover too. Can you do
Oh
that?
yeah. No, I can't do that. Very nice. I can't believe how hot it is, man. I'm like sweating, just standing here doing nothing.
It started in Pennsylvania and then that storm came through.
As soon as we get a bed of coals there, we're gonna break out a delicious surprise dinner provided by Hollywood himself. One for each of us. Now we just gotta figure out how we're gonna cook them.
Got a frying pan.
A titanium frying pan.
Right.
How's that gonna work?
We'll find out.
We will reveal what the mystery dinner is here in a little bit. I'll just give you a little clue though. Jason Wall from Backpacking with Jason would be proud to eat with us tonight. So even though Colonel didn't join us on this trip, we got the Colonel chair.
We do. He was kind enough to let me borrow it.
Nice.
Because I failed to order one on Amazon.
We did see plenty of chairs along the river though. We could have collected enough
Grocery
chairs
carts.
for everybody. And grocery carts.
Grocery carts, chairs, whatever.
Dry that out.
What do we got here, David?
A little T-bone, a little Jersey steak.
Jersey T-bone, yeah. It's looking good and it sounds good.
Can't forget the north sides.
North sides, rice, north rice sides.
Chicken and rice.
Well, I gotta say, this is the first time I've ever eaten a steak on a Ziploc bag. I have nothing else to eat it on, and I'm not gonna put it inside my pot where I boil water. So we're gonna see how this goes.
Yeah, it's not Great Value or Kroger, right?
There we go. We're gonna try out this steak here. Not bad. Tastes like a Jersey. My goodness, it looks like a prehistoric beetle. I saw two of them fighting a little bit ago. Look at the pinchers on that thing. Whew. Well, we all got full bellies. It was a delicious Jersey steak over the fire. It's about midnight, so I'm going down the river, get washed up a little bit, get some of the sweat off, and hit the sack because we got a big, long day tomorrow, probably 15 or 20 miles, and it's going to be 91 or 92 degrees. So it's going to be brutally hot. So glad I'm going to be on the river. I'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Here's a little better look at my setup from last night. Very tight. Had about 1 foot to spare on each side of the hammock. And this is the path I'm camping on. And there's the river. Time for breakfast. Check out the ground clearance right here. Oh man, that's good. Good morning, day 2 on the Scioto River. It's shaping up to be a good one, a hot one. 91. I think, Donnie, you told me 91 today, right? At least, maybe 93. It's going to be blistering hot, so thankfully we're on the river today. I don't know if I mentioned it last night, but we were pretty lucky to find this spot. It was getting a little desperate, almost 10 o'clock, looking for a campsite. And then I noticed on my phone, on the Kayak app, that we were right next to the Scioto Grove Trail. And we went up here and actually found pretty good spots right along the trail. So thank goodness for that, because it was not conducive to camping across the river where we were looking, or the island. I can see the end of the island up here, which is where we thought we were going to camp. It was just a bunch of garbage and trash and not good at all. But the island is right up in there. Anyways, the kayak is still here. That's a good thing. No high water to worry about here. And Donnie Mac and Hollywood got their spots right here on the riverbank. Pretty nice. And right up here is where we had our little fire last night to cook our steaks. How'd you sleep last night, Donnie?
Oh, pretty good. Not too bad at all.
Good.
Could have been a little more breeze though.
Yeah, it was pretty stagnant.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. It does look like the river. Why does it look like it's moving fast?
I hope it's moving faster.
I mean, look at that.
We might have at least 1.5.
Oh yeah, maybe 1.7.
Maybe, yeah, 1.7. That will make all the difference in the world today. And we are off on day 2 on the Scioto River. And the sun is getting ready to pop up above the trees. It is going to be a brutally hot day on the Scioto River. Looking forward to seeing what is in store up ahead. We're hoping to do about 15 to 18 miles today. That'll put us around 4, 5, 6 miles to get out to the truck tomorrow morning. Hoping to find a much better campsite today too, and maybe be there around 4 or 5 o'clock so we can actually enjoy the evening and see where we're hanging our hammocks. Last night was not very fun. I'm getting ready to try my very first sip of the Scioto River. There's no way I was going to drink the Scioto River without water flavoring, so I have some acai berry water flavoring in here.
Looks like you're drinking sun tea.
Not bad. Pretty out here today. So we're still floating along the Scioto Grove hiking trail, and we see a little suspension bridge of some kind up in here. Let's go check it out. Well, we found our clean water source. If we only would have known about this earlier. This definitely looks cleaner than what we filtered today out of the Scioto.
Oh, archery area. Watch out.
Very cool. That is a deep sloped bridge. If it was slick, you'd almost slide down.
You gotta fill your bag with spring water?
So the river has gotten much narrower all of a sudden, and this is very pretty. The water's moving 3.5 miles an hour. Very nice. It's about 10:30. Getting very hot out. And this is where Big Walnut Creek joins the Scioto.
Get all that trash, Jason.
Yeah. Holy cow, look at that trash.
Hey, give those other YouTube kayakers a what for. Leave your trash out here, you campers.
Unbelievable. Look at that. If you are a tent camper on the Scioto River, lots and lots of gravelly sandbars on the banks that would work great for tent camping, and lots of driftwood to choose from for your fire. Decided to pull over and give the legs a little stretch, take a little break from the river. We are about 6 miles in for the day. Got a ways to go. But we have noticed that the water clarity is much better here. There's actually about 2 foot of visibility, so hopefully it continues to get better as we get further and further away from Columbus.
Oh, this is nice. This is a lot nicer. Whew, a little chilly.
Dave's thinking about going swimming.
That's a lot nicer water down here.
Yeah, this is a lot better. Oh! Lots of firewood and plenty of hanging trees up in here. So this is a very nice spot. And if you're looking for a good camping area on your trip down to Scioto, remember that this little stony, gravelly beach area where the Big Walnut Creek flows into the Scioto is a very good spot for tents and I believe hammocks up in there. And plenty of firewood. Man, we found us a boat and we were going to take it out of there, but it's cracked. Well, now it's got Giardi on it. I want to put it inside my dried fruit bag.
That's the problem.
No, I got reclamation water in my hair.
It's pretty nice to get yourself all wet like that.
This is an irrigation pump. Not sure what he's irrigating. Probably some vegetables. We've officially hit the 20-mile mark of our 30-mile journey on the Scioto River. And it is only 2:30, and we're going to start looking for a camping spot. After last night's debacle, we want to find a campsite very early today so we can sit back and relax and enjoy our time, do some cooking, have a nice campfire, and get out of the sun a little bit. Hopefully we can find a nice shaded spot. So I think we got about 1, 2, 3 more miles, and then we're going to start looking for a campsite. What do you think about that, Colonel? 2:30 and I'm already looking for a campsite. We just pulled off the river for a little break. It's 4 o'clock. Got about 17 river miles in today. And we're hoping this is where camp is going to be tonight. This is where Walnut Creek flows into the Scioto, right there. And this is the golf course right up ahead in South Bloomfield, which is a little burg just north of Circleville. All right, let's go take a little walk up in the woods and see what we can find. Need a couple good hammock hanging trees. Well, we had high hopes for this little area, but it's not looking very promising. Look at the debris piled up from the floods. Whew. It's just nasty and ugly up here. Man, this happens way too often. Seems like we always have trouble finding a good place to kayak camp. I'm ready to go to a river that actually has camping sites on it.
I didn't know it was only a foot deep.
Oh, look at my Crocs!
Get the Crocs. Rescue the Crocs.
This location is not going to work. Hopping into kayaks, floating on down the river. Hopefully in the next hour we find a good site. Stop number 2 for campsite. This one may have some potential. Got a nice little gravel knoll here to start a fire on. Some driftwood. Comes with a ball, a purple ball.
We got a floaty for Dave.
I just saw a deer go running. So we got wildlife. And we got a clearing up here. And plenty of hanging trees, it looks like. This could be the one, guys. I was looking for a somewhat level surface with not too much grass and weeds. This is it. I think we have some options for hanging hammocks here. I'm liking it. What do you guys think? Would you stop and camp in this spot? It is by far the best spot we have seen today. I think we got to make it work. We have found home for the night. Let's get camp set up. Everybody is working on camp setup. Glad we got the snoring guy way over there. And my normal setup, the Dream Hammock Raven with the hammock gear, Dyneema Cuban fiber tarp, whatever you want to call it. Beautiful river to look at. And the fire is going to go right there. And boy, do we have plenty of good firewood over here. Readily available source, 10 steps away. Lots of wonderful driftwood to burn. Great fire starting materials. It's going to be an easy fire to get going. Nice and dry. Fire is going. It's going to be a good night. And it's only 5 o'clock. So that means we get about 4.5 hours of daylight to enjoy. Just sitting around having a relaxing evening. We finished up dinner, gathered some firewood. David's taking a nap in his Dream hammock. Donnie's relaxing on his X-Lite pad. And I've been watching a little bit of It's Good in the Woods, Adirondacks High Peak Wilderness trip that we just recently went on. Awesome video, by the way, Justin. Really enjoyed it. So it's about 7:30. Got about another hour and a half, 2 hours of daylight. It sure has been nice just relaxing around camp, enjoying the fire, hanging out with the guys, and actually being at camp before dark. Makes a big difference. So Donnie and I have been enjoying the fire all alone tonight for the last 2 hours because Hollywood's been sleeping like a baby. He just awoke, making his way over to the fire slowly.
Maybe.
Well, the sun has obviously set, and it's about bedtime. Enjoying a cup of sleepy time tea with chamomile. Got about 5 or 6 miles out tomorrow to the truck parked at Circleville, Ohio. See you guys in the morning. Good morning, day 3 on the Scioto River. It was very, very hot and muggy last night. Very difficult to sleep. You guys, how was it?
Slept like a baby. There was a bear in a hammock snoring away.
You were out at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
Donnie and I, as you saw last night, were just out here hanging around by ourselves for about, what, 3 hours without David because he went to sleep early.
Oh, it felt great.
And then what time were you up this morning?
4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. And he didn't even have to milk cows. What the heck?
That humidity was nuts.
The humidity was terrible. I wish I wouldn't even have put on my underquilt. It was miserable. And this is exactly the reason why I quit backpacking in the summer. But kayak camping is not even much better. Whew. All right, well, we're gonna eat breakfast, drink some coffee, and get on the river. All packed up and ready to roll for the final 5 miles back to the truck. And it is shaping up to be a hot one. It's gonna be in the 90s again. Oh, Colonel's back! Colonel's back!
Right now, you saw the hairy man. Was it a Class A or a Class B sighting? Do I need to come down that way right now? I can get Dr. Matthews to come with me. And don't leave me hanging. What was it? Rocks thrown? Odor in the air? Strange noises? Stacked rocks? Tree limbs at weird bent angles? Oh my gosh, it didn't kidnap Donnie and make him his bride, did it?
Oh, classic Colonel-isms right there, folks. All right, we are on our final 3 miles back to the truck, and then we're going straight to BW3's to get us some chicken wings. Anybody need a boogie board? We have arrived at the confluence of the Scioto and the Big Darby River. We have been on the Big Darby up by Plain City, Ohio, and that is actually the river that I was caught in a flash flood with my brother last Memorial Day. I went on a Memorial Day kayak trip with my brothers and sons instead of going to Michigan that year, and we got caught in a torrential downpour that night. Our kayaks floated away. We were doing bridge jumping and things like that during the day. It was a fun trip, but I'll put that up there in the cards if you're interested in checking out that video. And we are on our final mile. We did recover 1 kayak from that trip. We never did find the second one. So I lost a kayak and a GoPro. My GoPro was attached to the kayak. And we always wonder if it's down here somewhere or down in the Ohio River. Most likely it just got snatched up by somebody. But wouldn't that be awesome to find my kayak jammed in some debris right here on the Scioto River.
There it is!
We are just about to exit the Scioto River. Had a great time kayak camping, but I don't know if I can recommend this river. It's a little murky, a little slow, and terrible camping along the banks. But you know what? If I never would have done it, I always would have been wondering what the Scioto River was like. And I know these guys have had their share of tuna creations and spam. All right, we are all hungry. We are heading to BW3's for some chicken wings. Thank you so much for coming along. Until next time, Hollywood. Donnie Mac. I'm Jason Wish, wishing you a great time on your next adventure. I'm back, and I made a major boo-boo. I had 2 marked locations on my phone, and we did not get out at the right one. We just went a mile past my truck. At least a mile, maybe a mile and a half. I don't know what we're gonna do. How are we gonna get back, guys?
We're gonna walk.
Oh my gosh. How did this happen? Oh.
We had 2 miles to go.
Every time I get on my guy, I'm always saying we got about 2 miles to go. And now we went 2 miles too far. I can't believe this. I don't know how I did this. I think I had 2 drop pins on my phone. I was looking at the wrong one or something. I got a mile and a half road walk from where we all just took out back to my truck. And it is brutal. I didn't want to filter any more of that nasty river water, but I had to because I'm dying of thirst and I was hungry. It's almost lunchtime, so I brought me a bag of peanuts left over from the Sheltoe Trace FKT hike back in November. So that is my sustenance while I'm walking back to my truck. I might even hitch a ride if I can get someone to drive by. But here in about a quarter mile, I'm going to be coming out to US Route 22. And I have to walk a half mile on this US route, this interstate. It is going to be busy. Not looking forward to that. To make matters worse, a half hour ago on the river, I was touting my navigational skills and how I always keep track of where I'm at and how many miles I have to go. And then here I am, walking down a road because of the blunder I made. Unbelievable. But you know what? I'm just glad no electronics were lost today. iPhones, cameras, and drones are all still with me. I am not looking forward to this section of the walk. It's busy, busy. Not much berm. US Route 22. This was a long 1.5 mile road walk. 1.5 miles takes a long time, especially in Crocs. But I've arrived back to the Elmon Richards Scioto River fishing access where my truck is parked. And boy, does it feel good. Ready for some AC. It's always a good thing when your truck hasn't been towed, because I don't believe this is an overnight parking lot. I just left a note on my window. And she's still here. I see you got all the gear up here safe and sound. All that ultralight gear. We're all loaded up. BW3s, here we come.